This is my Pioneer 12-inch subwoofer, TSW301R. It's a 4-ohm automotive subwoofer. I recently blew it out. I wanted to take it apart, see what the voice coil looks like, and show you guys. So I've already broke off the magnet, or took off the magnet under this cover. The magnet sat there. You can see I bent it up pretty good. It was riveted on there very hard to get off. Anyways, this is the voice coil. It was actually still playing. I smelled it and noticed reduced output. Once I brought it home and took it out of the speaker box, I still hooked it up to an amp here. Tried some test tones. I actually put 12 volt DC voltage to it, and it was still working pretty good, but the more I messed with it, the more I played music through it. I actually got the windings of the voice coil to separate. So I'm going to push this forward so you can actually see there's the voice coil, and the magnet sat there. Voice coil went in and out around here. That's actually some of the resin from the voice coil that melted on there. You can still smell it now. It's still actually pretty strong, but if you listen, you can hear the windings are pretty loose. They've actually separated, and it's black. That is not supposed to be black. It's actually, I have a coil here from a solenoid. That's the color those windings should be. What that is painted on resin insulation. It's a lot thinner. It's just like a paint. It's not like a normal wire where you have a thick outer coating. But when you overheat it or blow it out, it actually burns, fuses together, and shorts out. And this one actually broke apart completely. But that's what they look like. Now keep in mind, I've had this over 10 years. At least a decade it's been playing. It does slightly reduce in capabilities over time. And you can notice that. You're not able to turn it up as loud. But if you look, even the surround, there's some where it's starting to tear from just age. But still a solid, nice woofer. I replaced it with another Pioneer because it actually did so well and lasted so long. Unfortunately, I couldn't find that same model. This was the closest match I could find. Little higher output rating. I don't know exactly offhand, but the amp I'm using to run it is a Rockford Fosgate Punch 75.2. That's the amp I used, or still using, and it is playing in a sealed enclosure. That amp, I bridged it mono, so my RMS is about 150, or is 150. My max peak output power from my amp is 320. So not really quite sure about these ratings, because I was able to reach the mechanical limits of this speaker, and it had a peak power of 800 max. But it did have the matching 150 RMS. And then this replacement one, still a 4-ohm woofer, 12-inch. It has an RMS of 300 with a max of 1300. Now keep in mind, this is only a $39 woofer, but I'm curious how it'll do. Pioneer makes a really great speaker for your money. I did notice a lot of differences here. Obviously, you had the cover over the magnet, but then even this voice coil, that's aluminum. On a lot of speakers, that's cardboard and wax. So that helps dissipate a lot of heat. The end of the magnet, there was a vent, a hole right through there, so it can breathe. Even the cover had a hole, so you got a lot of air movement, dissipate that heat. The spider is intact, still feels really strong. I don't really know how stiff it was when it was new, but it still feels nice, good, and solid. And this, some sort of polycarbonate cone is just amazing. But like I said, I really liked the speaker. It did a great job, and it lasted this long. So I've replaced it with the same woofer. So I'm going to get this one installed in the box, and I'll let you see it. This one has a little trim piece. It's taped on there. My guess is different type of testing, but the frame and the basket looks a little different. Here's what's silly, or not silly, but kind of odd to me, that my old woofer, claiming 800 watt max, magnet doesn't look much different from this one that claims a 1300 watt output. Doesn't have the nice cover, doesn't have the nice terminals, but man, that feels solid and tight. Same polycarbonate type of cone. The rubber surround looks larger. I'm not sure what its excursion is. So the excursion would be how far it's able to move in and out. That'll determine your sound pressure level. How big of a sound wave you're able to push out of there. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to know more or see more on this topic or other car audio, please leave a comment in the section below. Thanks.